Motion, you gotta take your seat.
I want him to come over to my house.
Okay.
Okay.
Good evening, I'd like to call the November 18th Town Board meeting to order. Everyone please rise to the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I'd like to first start off by thanking everyone for coming tonight. Thank you, Mike. So, a couple quick announcements. The food pantry is this Monday, and I think it's gonna be a special one, a needed one. It's the Monday before Thanksgiving, and there's a lot of families in need in this town. It runs from 10 to 12, right? There is public transportation available through Rolling V. We posted it on our town website, our town Facebook page, the times, the pickup times. As long as people utilize it, Rolling V will continue to provide the service. And I expect that we're gonna have quite a good turnout this Monday, being that it's the Monday before Thanksgiving. I also want to take a moment to talk about one of our departed department heads, Bobby McKeon. It's almost been a year since he's passed on, and he was an asset to this town. And I remember early 2024, I had a meeting with Bobby and Ken Ellsworth, and I basically discussed with them the importance of having a preventative maintenance program for our water mains, being that they're 80 plus years old, you know, this cement, asbestos lined cement mains. And in the discussion about having a preventive maintenance program to replace, I guess, 1/30th or 1/35th, depending on the useful life of the material, whether you use PVC or ductile iron pipe, it's important to replace it before it fails. And the one question I asked of him and Ken was, where do we start? What is the one place, if we had the money, if we had the time, and we started the program, that will have the most benefit? And Bobby, without skipping a beat, within 3 seconds, he said, the best place to start is on Route 42 by Four Corners going up to the highway barn. That's a place that usually gets the most pressure. That's a place that acts as a delivery vehicle to other parts of town, and it is the most important place. However, it's also the most expensive part of the entire upgrade. And so we worked on getting grants, water grants, and unfortunately they haven't come to fruition, but nonetheless, it's still a very important project. And I did speak to Ken less than a year ago about working on the Route 42 expansion side, but also considering, you know, it's a state road and requires a lot of regulatory approvals from DOT before we can even put a shovel into the ground. I also asked that he start working on different parts of the town, parts that are owned by the town, that the town can do the work. And even if all it does is kind of plug up some of the leaks, you know, and it'll help backstop the entire system. And I believe, you know, they're working on that. So it's a slow going process, but I could see on Bobby's face that he was very excited that we were discussing about just the idea of a preventive maintenance program. And of course, once you're in the ground and you're replacing the pipes, you might as well make them bigger, you know, bigger diameter and increase the capacity as well. So it's a twofer. We replace old pipes and then also increase their capacity. So I think all of us can agree that, you know, Bobby knew our system better than anyone else. He's been plugging it up and fixing it and putting Band-Aids on it for well over 30 years. And, you know, that level of expertise was greatly appreciated and will be sorely missed. We do have one change on the agenda tonight. Our discussion item, our one discussion item pulled out. That's Prime Vista. I think they're gonna look to go straight to the planning board and they may come back to us at a later time. So at this point, I'll move on to correspondence. Do you have anything?
No.
No correspondence? All right, then I'll open up to citizen comments. Anyone from the public like to speak?
Steve Burke.
My name is Steve Burke. Thank you for conducting this meeting tonight. As zoning board chairman, I will say I traveled through many of the hamlets in this town. Saturday and Sunday, I went to all the projects that are on this month's zoning board. And all I saw through South Fallsburg, Loch Sheldrake, Mountaindale, and Woodridge, whoever these write-in candidates are, their signs are still all over the place. So I wouldn't touch them because I don't want to be accused of messing with somebody's election sign. But if you can get in touch with whoever these people
It's
are.
been over 10 days since the election.
Yeah, they're all
So
over
the
the
building
place.
department starts picking them up.
Okay, so
They started today.
maybe you can tell, and if also you have many employees with trucks, maybe you could tell the highway department, if your men happen to be driving by and see something, pull a sign up.
I think it's the building department.
Okay,
One second.
whoever.
Yeah.
But it's silly, I mean, they're all over the place, to be honest. Going down to Foxcroft Village. But,
Yeah, I
you
think
know,
that the law requires a $100 deposit specifically for the reasons that you have an incentive to pick up your signs
Exactly.
afterwards. And then, I guess after 10 days, if our folks have to pick up those signs, I guess you lose your
Well,
deposit.
maybe we could find out if they even gave you a deposit. Or did they just,
The town clerk would know better, so
Okay.
we can follow up on that.
okay, thank you, that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, anyone else signed up to speak?
No.
No. Would anyone from the public like to speak tonight? Ocean?
Yes.
please.
I just wanted to say that I really enjoyed, Nathan, all of the information I've been finding out on Facebook about the different events. I really enjoyed the firefighters ceremony that was out in Bloomingburg. I hope you get an award sooner or later. I'm rooting for you. And I also really enjoyed the 9/11 ceremony that we recently had a while back too. I did find two movies that were similar to 9/11. The Extremely Loud, Incredibly Close, and then Whoopi Goldberg did a 9/11 movie as well too. So you just wanted to say thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ocean.
Yes.
Would anyone else from the public like to speak tonight? Anyone online like to speak tonight? No? No. All right, then I'm gonna go ahead and close the public portion and we can move on to our agenda items for tonight. Number one, motion to approve town board minutes dated 10/28/2025.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number two, motion to approve warrant number 10B25 dated 10/20/25 in the amount of $951,028.38.
Motion.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor? Aye, motion passes. Number three, motion to approve warrant number 1125 dated 11/12/25 in the amount of $728,093.34.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number four, motion to approve the resignation of Timothy Deary from the Highway Department effective 11/7/2025.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number eight, motion to approve employment of Joseph Aspria in the Police Department with a yearly salary of $88,595 effective 11/3/2025.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number six, motion to approve employment of Sarah Willett as senior lifeguard with a pay of $22.25 per hour effective 11/3/25.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number seven, motion to approve employment of Caitlin Peterson as senior lifeguard with a pay of $21.25 per hour effective 11/3/25.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number eight, motion to approve employment of Lucas Zelaya as senior lifeguard with a pay of $20.25 per hour effective 11/3/25.
Motion.
I
Second.
have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 9, we had bidders, we put out an RFP, for, I guess, sand, both delivered and non-delivered. And we've had some folks, respond back. And after, reviewing the bids, the lowest bids, came to the aforementioned. So number 9, motion to award ice control material, i.e. sand, delivered and non-delivered to 3 bidders. Aiden 209 Sand and Gravel, Callanan Industries Incorporated, and E-Tex and Sons Incorporated.
Motion.
I
Second.
have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. So the next one has to do with granting NYSEG an easement. And the reason for that is that there's a portion of the rail trail the rail trail is owned by the town, and there's a portion of it in Woodridge that goes to the Neversink Crossing. And as you know, we have a major Neversink Crossing project there. But it'll require moving a telephone pole from its current location to just an area a little further off that is still owned by the town. But we need to grant them an easement in order for them to be able to access it and do maintenance on it going forward. So number 10, Resolution 97 of 2025, grant of easement to New York State Electric and Gas Corporation.
Motion.
I
Second.
have a motion and a second, all in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. So the next 2 have to do with, there's a number of fees and fines and all kinds of things that we collect, specifically, the fees for camp inspections, garbage fines, property maintenance, fines, building demolition charges for, condemned buildings. All these things, if they're not paid for, get re-levied into the property owner's taxes. So that's essentially what we're looking to do here on this resolution. So resolution number 98 of 2025, to approve re-levy of camp inspections, garbage, property maintenance, and building demolition charges for the fiscal year of 2025.
Motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second? I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, resolution passes. Number 12, similar, only the difference is that for anyone that hasn't paid their water bill, their sewer bill, or their garbage bill, that gets tacked on to their property taxes as well. So number 12, resolution number 99 of 2025 to approve re-levy of water, sewer, and refuse for the fiscal year of 2025.
Motion.
I have a motion.
Second.
I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion resolution passes. So the next one has to do with, I guess, a settlement of a motor vehicle accident. It resulted in no fault of our employees, but essentially the other driver was capped on their insurance coverage, and therefore we have underinsured motorist coverage. And so our insurance company, Progressive, is paying out the difference, but it requires the town board to approve them in doing that. So number 13, resolution 100 of 2025, authorizing a settlement of a claim arising out of a motor vehicle accident.
It's actually directly there, that's his coverage.
Yeah, Progressive.
We're either self-insured or it's inside our deductible.
So Progressive is not our company, that's the
No,
other
we
driver's
need to
company.
give them a release when we get the 10,000 coverage that he had.
That's the offer that they're
That's what it is, it's a cap, he does no more coverage. That's it. He's got a $10,000 property damage coverage, I guess, is all they have.
So what we're approving here is that $10,000.
That we're gonna take, we need to give, what we're basically approving is the ability to deliver a release to get the 10 grand.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's
It's still inflow, it's not a whole lot.
We're just giving up the right to.
Yeah, we can't sue.
Okay, so resolution 100 of 2025, authorizing settlement of a claim arising out of a motor vehicle accident on 10/14/25 at or near Windsor Avenue and DuPont Avenue, New York.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, resolution passes. All right, number 14, so this has to do with the new CSEA contract that we negotiated, that's effective January 1st, 2026. Has a lot of details in it. I guess the main parts is salary increase, but also a provision for the first time ever that, similar to the police department, that would allow retirees to effectively be able to get lifetime health insurance for them and their families. It requires a certain buy-in, you know, there's a calculation involved, but it's something that they've been asking for the longest time, and you know, we found a mechanism to be able to grant that for them, along with some other provisions. So, number 14, Resolution 101 of 2025, ratifying memorandum of agreement by and between Civil Service Employees Association, Local 1000, AFS-CME, AFL-CIO, Town of Fallsburg Unit, Sullivan County Local 853, and Town of Fallsburg. Signed 11/18/2025, and authorizing the supervisor to sign agreement by and between the Town of Fallsburg and CSCA Local 1000, AFS-CME, AFL-CIO, Town of Fallsburg Unit 8805, Sullivan County Local 853, effective January 1st, 2026, and goes until December 31st, 2028.
Motion.
I
Second.
have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, resolution passes. So our discussion item is off the agenda for tonight. I believe we have one item in executive session for pending litigation.
Pending litigation, yes.
All right, so I will entertain a motion to enter into executive session to discuss pending litigation. I have a motion,
Second.
I have a second, all in favor? Aye, motion passes. We do not anticipate any further business after executive session. I would like to thank everyone for coming out tonight and doing their civil duty. And with that, we are adjourned.